Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to a new series and the first episode of the Miami Heat MyNBA series. And in this series, it's not going to be a super long rebuild. This team has some talent and some assets that we can use to become a contender really in a season or two with how 2K works and how game plan, just stuff like that. But in this first episode, we're just going to be going over the team, what's happened around the league, and what we plan to do with this team. So the next season, last year I believe the Knicks won the championship, so interesting. I guess they are up 1-0 on the Celtics, but the team is pretty similar to the one we just saw in real life that went 38-44, made the playoffs as a 10 seed, which has never been done, but got swept by the Cavs. This team went through a lot of up and downs last year with the Jimmy Butler saga and Pat Riley and all that stuff. But hopefully this season we're a bit more stabilized and we do have more talent. And I think our talent fits pretty well. Starting with our top guy, Tyler Hero did not play great at all in the playoffs. He just had his best season of his career though, and he was amazing. He was an all-star. But can he play even better is the question. If not, and say we make the playoffs and he doesn't perform again and his defense is a problem, yeah, we're probably going to trade him. But he's a super efficient scorer. Not super efficient, I would say, but pretty good scorer. Can get really hot and has progressed as a passer over the past few years. Bam Adebayo, he's been here his whole career for 8 seasons now. He's just a phenomenal, he's almost a star, but he's like a souped up role player, if that makes sense. Like, Bam Adebayo is probably the best. I wouldn't call him a role player, but he's really good. Like, he defends very well. He's a good midi. He's just not a star type of guy in my opinion. He's got a solid handle. His defense is insane though. So, any team would be lucky to have Bam Adebayo on their defense, and he's a pretty solid, ball handler, handoffs and setting screens. But he'll play the 4 for us. And then the offseason, we signed Quentin Grimes, who just was amazing with the Sixers since he got traded there. He was averaging over 25 points per game. And we just kind of signed a 4-year, $100 million contract. And if he plays the way he did with the Sixers with us, that's a steal of a contract. But if not, we're getting a really solid 3-and-D guy who can heat up at times. And, I think Quentin Grimes will be really, really good for us. He's an 85 overall, which is amazing. It helps. And so we add a second, or I would say second or third option next to Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo, which is amazing. Kel'el Ware, ready for his second season, had a pretty good rookie season. We're going to be playing him and Bam Adebayo together, so the defense will be really good. And they'll protect the rim really well. We'll be able to crash the boards. We're kind of seeing the resurgence of the double big lineups. OKC runs it in real life. The Rockets ran it in that Warriors series. The Cavs, when they're healthy, which they aren't right now, they run double big lineup. So this will be nice to see for us. And then off the bench, we're going to have Jaime Jaquez here. He didn't play at all in the playoffs, which is weird. Did not really have a great year after his rookie season was amazing. But we'll see how he can do this year. We re-signed Davion Mitchell, who was phenomenal in the playoffs, and he really got his 3-ball going. So we'll see if he can keep that 3-ball going. And also, he's always going to be a tremendous defender. That's not something you can just lose, I feel like. Also signed Kevin Porter Jr., who was amazing with the Bucks, and especially in the playoffs, he stepped up big time. They were just unable to win that series, obviously, but he'll be nice off the bench, and he could replace Davion Mitchell, but I do like the defense that he brings alongside Tyler Hero. Nikola Jovic here. This is his 4th season. He had a solid year last year, shot it pretty solid. We'll see if he can do that this year. We traded for Tajon Salon. I guess I could just show you all those trades. We signed Dembona, Haywood Highsmith still here, Pele Larson. We drafted Walter Clayton. It says undrafted, but I think he was like our 19th pick of the draft. And then we got Kobe Brown and Cam Christie. I will show you all our trades here. Let's go to the Heat. So traded Terry Rozier for just a first-round pick from the Wolves in a few years in a swap. Traded Andrew Wiggins for Nurkic. Then we traded Nurkic for Cam Christie and Kobe Brown, Duncan Robinson for a first-round pick. And that's all the trades we made. And then Kyle Anderson for a 2nd round pick. Just wanted to clear up some money and stuff like that. Around the league, there has been some pretty big trades, but I mean, I feel like that's going to happen in real life. So let's see here. The biggest trades. Milwaukee. No more Giannis on this team. Dame is out for the year with that torn Achilles that he suffered in the playoffs. So who replaces him? Stephon Castle, and Giannis is now on the San Antonio Spurs, which gives Wemby an unreal partner. Top 2 player in the world joins the Spurs, who have solid depth. Should be enough around Fox, Giannis, and Wemby. The Rockets trade for Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant alongside Şengün, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith, Tari Eason. Like, they really didn't have to give up a ton. They did win the number 1 overall pick, so they traded that to Phoenix alongside Jalen Green, and they got Kevin Durant, so that'll help the Rockets out a ton. This helps out the Suns a lot too. You get the best player in the draft on your squad alongside Devin Booker. I don't know what they'll do with Jalen Green and Bradley Beal, but Jalen Green's only 23. There's still time for him to get better and perform in the playoffs, hopefully in the future. But yeah, that's mostly what happened around the league. Nothing too crazy, not too many changes. LeBron's back. I think this is his last season, I think, so we'll probably play the Lakers in this series. So yeah, just the first episode, nothing too crazy. I don't think our first game of the season will be against the Hawks. I don't really feel like that's a super appealing game to play. Maybe we'll play the Hornets. This team's kind of solid though. Alex Caruso joins them. They got Malawatch as well. I don't know who will play the first game of the season. I really don't. Maybe, no, not Brooklyn. Brooklyn signed James Harden, who was not good in Game 7 of the playoffs. Could play the Raptors. Could play a cup game. I feel like that would help a lot. Could play the Wizards right here. A good rebuilding team. A lot of young talent. Some role players there. Maybe we play Cleveland, who was a really good team. But, we'll see. Maybe I think we'll play the Pacers. This team is just, I don't know what form of black magic they have, but dude, crazy shit just happens to them all the time. And I mean, they just won last night on that Halliburton game winner, which was, I don't even know how that happens. They just did the same thing to the Cavs that they did to the Bucks. I mean, fortunately, the Cavs are not healthy, just per usual of a Pacers opponent. But all right, I'm getting off track. That'll be the first episode. It's not going to be a super in-depth series, just something to carry us until 2K26. Just crazy, 2K26. That's getting old, but yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.